Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren, and today I will be guiding you through a yoga practice to connect with nature. This practice will help open up your hips and re-establish your roots into the earth. We'll begin our practice today laying on our backs, soles of the feet together, knees out wide in a reclined bound angle pose. Arms resting by your sides, an option to place blocks under the knees for extra support. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with fresh air, and exhale slowly, releasing any tension. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a lush forest. Visualize the vibrant green leaves swaying gently in the breeze, and the sunlight filtering through the canopy above. Feel the soft forest floor beneath your body, grounding you to the earth. As you continue to breathe deeply, listen to the symphony of sounds around you. The chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, the gentle flow of a nearby stream. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin and the coolness of the air against your face. With each breath, feel yourself becoming more connected to the natural world. Feel the energy of the earth flowing through you, grounding you and filling you with a sense of peace and tranquility. Allow yourself to let go of any worries or stress, knowing that you are part of something much larger and more beautiful. Take a moment to express gratitude for the beauty of nature and the opportunity to connect with it in this moment. Let's carry this sense of peace and connection into our practice today. When you're ready, open your eyes, reaching the arms overhead for a nice big stretch. Now grab the opposite elbow for a bit of a tricep stretch as we pretend that we're laying in a lush field of grass, appreciating the nature that surrounds us. Now we'll reach up and switch sides. Continuing to clasp the opposite elbows, on an exhale, we'll bring the arms down towards the rib cage, and on an inhale, reach them back up overhead, creating some mobility and stretching through the shoulders and chest, linking the breath with the movement. Wherever you are, release the arms back down by your sides. Gently ease the knees back together and bring the soles of the feet flat on the mat. We'll windshield wiper the knees left and right to shake out the hips a bit after that deep hip opener. Bring both knees back to center and find your way into a tabletop position. Stack the hips over the knees, shoulders over the wrists. Spread the fingers wide, grounding down through the palms and the tops of the feet. On an inhale, lift the chest, arch the back, cow pose. Exhale, push into the ground, round the spine, cat pose. Continue at your own pace, linking the breath with the movement. Return to a neutral spine, and on an exhale, tuck the toes, reach the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Continue to spread the fingers, grounding down through the palms, spread the toes, grounding into the feet, and reach the heels down towards the mat. On an inhale, reach the left leg up and back, three-legged dog, option to open up and stack the hips. Engage the core and quads for stability. Inhale, bring that left knee to the chest, stepping the foot between the hands, lowering the back knee to the ground. Low lunge. Ground through the front foot and the back shin, power up the quads, the core to lift the torso up into a crescent lunge. Hands can stay in prayer at the chest, or you can take your arms behind your back for a reverse prayer. Wherever you are, keep the shoulders down and open through the chest. Lower the hands back down to the mat to frame the front foot. Sink the hips back, straightening that left leg into a runner's lunge. Feel that deep hamstring stretch as you continue to breathe. Option to keep the knee bent. Also, option to place a towel, blanket, or some kind of cushion under the right knee. Roll through the front foot, returning to a low lunge. Then walk that left foot to the outside edge of the mat, bringing both hands inside for lizard pose. Keep breathing into this intense hip opener. Option to drop the left knee slightly to the side, lowering to the forearms for an even deeper, more intense stretch in the hips. Wherever you are, wiggle that left foot back to the center of your hands, returning to a low lunge. Tuck the back toes, power up through that right quad, and hop it up to meet the left at the top of the mat in a standing forward fold. Walk the feet out hip width apart. Option to bend the knees, clasp the opposite elbows, sway side to side, whatever feels good. And on an inhale, bring the hands to the shins or quads, finding length in the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, lower back down, standing forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, root down through the feet, pushing up to a standing position, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the weight to the heels, bend the knees, sinking the hips back, chair pose. Root down through the feet, engage the quads, keep the chest lifted and shoulders down. Continue to sink the hips back and down until you eventually reach a squat or garland pose. You may need to readjust your feet, and it is okay if your heels do not touch the mat, as mine don't. Wherever you are, keep lifting the chest, hands in prayer, using the elbows to push the knees apart. Bring the hands back down to the mat, lift the hips, straightening the legs, returning to a standing forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, ground down through the feet, lifting into a standing position, arms overhead. Bring the hands through prayer, down by your side, mountain pose. Option again here to bring the hands behind and either clasp opposite elbow or bring the hands into a reverse prayer, focusing on keeping that chest open. Let's all meet in mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, lower down to a standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat, bringing the feet back and sinking the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Option to stay here or flow with me. Inhale, coming to plank. Exhale, lower to the belly or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog, where we'll all meet. Reach the heels towards the ground, finding length in the spine. Inhale, engage the right quad, lifting the leg up and back into a three-legged dog. Option to open up and stack the hips. Wherever you are, continue to ground down through that left foot and through both palms, finding length in the spine. On an inhale, bring the right knee to the chest, stepping the foot between the hands, lowering the back knee to the mat, low lunge. Ground down, engage the left quad and the core to lift the torso up to a crescent lunge, hands in prayer. Or option to bring this prayer behind your back. Chest lifted, shoulders melting down the back. Sink into the hips, but be careful not to let the knee go beyond the ankle. Bring both hands down to the mat, sinking the hips back and straightening the right knee for a runner's lunge. Option to have a slight bend in the left knee or engage the left quad to take pressure off the knee. Roll through the right foot, returning to that low lunge. Walk the right foot to the outside edge of the mat, bringing both palms to the inside for lizard pose. Option to deepen into the pose by opening up the right knee and coming down to the forearms. Bring the right foot back between the hands, returning to a low lunge. Tuck the back toes, power up through the quad, lifting the knee up and hopping the left leg up to meet the right at the top of the mat, feet hip width apart, standing forward fold. Option to keep the knees bent or power up through the quads to take some pressure off the knees. Feel the stretch through the hamstrings and the back as we hang out here for a moment. On an inhale, bring the hands to the shins or quads, finding length in the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, power up through the legs, lifting the arms up overhead. Exhale, sink the hips back and down, weight in the heels, chair pose. Exhale, coming down into a squat, garland pose, using the elbows to open the knees, hands in prayer. Keep the chest lifting. Bring the hands back down to the mat, lifting the hips up, lengthening the legs for a standing forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, coming up to a standing, reach the arms up overhead, bringing the hands through prayer, down by your side, mountain pose. Option to bring the hands behind, clasping opposite elbow, or in reverse prayer, focusing on opening and lifting the chest. And also in this pose, think about spreading your toes and grounding through all four corners of your feet, standing tall like a mountain. On an inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, lower down, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the feet back, coming straight into a downward facing dog. Or another opportunity to flow with me here. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga or lower to the belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, reach the left leg up and back. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest, stepping the foot between the hands, turning the back foot 90 degrees to the back of the mat. Inhale, lift the torso up, spread the arms wide into a warrior two. Ground down through all four corners of your feet, shoulders down, keeping that chest lifted. Now straighten the left leg, reaching forward, hinge at the hips, bringing that left arm down to the shin, the thigh or the mat or a block, opening up the chest to the side, right arm reaches up, triangle pose. On an inhale, bring the torso back up to neutral, and keeping both legs straight, we'll reach the left arm up and over for a reverse warrior. Or in this case, we'll call it a reverse triangle. Inhale, bring the torso back up. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, bringing the torso up. Exhale, reverse triangle. One more time. Inhale, bring the torso back up. Exhale, hinge at the hips into a triangle pose. Inhale, lift the torso. Exhale, reverse triangle. Inhale to come back up. Keeping both legs straight, we'll turn the left toes to face the same direction as the right toes and hinge forward at the hips like you're looking in a beautiful pond of water at your reflection, and continue down, bringing the hands to the mat. Wide-legged, standing forward fold. Keep lifting up through the quads as you enjoy this beautiful hamstring stretch. Option to add some movement to this pose by bending into one knee and the other, shifting the weight from side to side. This will bring the stretch more into the inner thigh. When you're ready, find stillness, perhaps relaxing even deeper into the stretch. Now bring both hands to the hips and gently lift yourself back up to standing. Keep the left toes where they are and turn the right toes towards the back of the mat. Reach the arms out, palms facing down, warrior two. Take a moment to return to breath and ground down through the feet, lifting through the chest. Straighten the right leg, hinge forward, and on an exhale, bring the right hand down to the shin, the mat, the quad, or a block. Lift the left arm up, keep the chest open, triangle pose. You can choose to keep your gaze either up at the left hand or down towards the mat. On an inhale, power up through the quads to bring the torso up. Exhale, bring the right arm up and over into a reverse triangle. Keep moving through what I'm going to call the triangle flow. Inhaling to bring the torso back up, exhaling into triangle or exhaling into reverse triangle. Syncing the movement with the breath. Again, our theme for today is to connect with nature, so I want you to really focus on grounding down through both feet, spreading roots into the ground, feeling the earth supports you through your practice. Now bring the right toes to face the same direction as the left toes and hinge forward, looking again into that pond, and exhaling, bringing the hands to the mat, either finding stillness in this standing wide-legged forward fold or shifting the weight side to side, bending one knee and then the other. Bring the hands to the hips, root down through the feet, root to rise as you bring the torso back up to standing. Turn the left toes back towards the top of the mat, arms out wide, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot, stepping it back into a downward facing dog. Option to stay here or last call for Vinyasa. Inhale, bring the weight forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga, lower to the belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, hop to the top, coming into a standing forward fold. Inhale, bend into the knees, again root to rise, bringing the arms up overhead, down through prayer, and by your sides, mountain pose. Now find your way to the center of your mat. Shift all your weight into your right leg, and bring the left foot either onto the ankle, the inner calf, or the inner thigh of the right leg. Bring the hands together in prayer at the chest for tree pose. Remember to spread your roots through that right foot into the ground, picking up through the right thigh. An option to grow your branches by bringing the arms up overhead. Option also to bring the hands behind the back, clasping opposite elbow, or bringing the hands into a reverse prayer. Wherever you are, engage the core, lift yourself up out of your hips, keep the chest open and lifted, heart open to maintain the balance. Shoulders keep melting down the back, and press the left foot into the inside of the right leg to open that knee out. And if you fall, that is okay. We are all on our own journey. You'll see me falling out of this pose on the other side. Release the arms, release that left foot back down to the mat and shake it out. Let's repeat on the other side, shifting all the weight into the left leg, rooting down through that left foot, and bringing the right foot to the inside of the left ankle, calf, or thigh, and bring the hands to prayer in tree pose. Option to grow your branches, or option to bring the hands behind the back, clasping the opposite elbow, or reverse prayer. Perhaps you try a different variation this time. Wherever you are, spread your roots into the ground and reach up through the chest, finding balance in that opposition. Continue to find engagement through the left quad and the core, pressing the right foot into the inner thigh and the inner thigh into the foot. And if you fall, just get back up and try again. Yoga is a journey, and every time we step on the mat, we get a little bit better. We improve physically, mentally, and spiritually with every practice. Now let's release the arms, release that right foot back down to the mat, and again shake it out. Find your way down onto the mat, spreading the knees out wide, big toes to touch, sinking the hips back for a well-deserved child's pose. Option to scoot the elbows forward a little bit, bringing the hands behind the head in prayer for what I like to call Namaste Shark Fin. This is a really good shoulder opener and an excellent stretch in the triceps. Feel yourself grounding down further and further into the earth. Feel the earth holding you and supporting you as you reflect on your practice today. Find your way to a seat, bring the legs in front of you, and gently lower your back to the mat to lie down. Let's windshield wiper the legs, bringing the knees left to right to release tension in the lower back and hips. Bring both feet out to the outer edges of your mat, knocking the knees in for constructive rest pose. This is again a really great pose to release the lower back, and also if you stand with your feet turned out all day as I do, this feels amazing, this counter stretch. Option to stay here or bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide into a reclined bound angle pose where we started. Or also option to lengthen the legs as we prepare for Savasana. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with fresh air, and exhale fully, releasing any tension from your body. Imagine yourself lying on a soft bed of grass in a peaceful meadow. Feel the gentle warmth of the sun on your skin and the cool breeze brushing against your face. Listen to the soothing sounds of nature, the chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, the distant murmur of a stream. Let go of any thoughts or worries, allowing yourself to fully surrender to the present moment. Feel the earth beneath you, supporting you, grounding you, and connecting you to the natural world. And with each breath, feel a sense of peace and tranquility wash over you. Stay in this state of relaxation for a few more breaths, soaking in the healing energy of nature. Can you hear my cat purring? This is where I will leave you today. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me. I hope this practice served you. If it did, then please give this video a like and comment below how the practice felt for you today. Subscribe to my channel to join us as we work on all the different aspects of our life through the zodiac seasons, so that by the end of the zodiacal year, we will have worked on and improved every area of our life. I love you so much. Until next time, namaste.